Chapter 14, Part 2. William climbed into his 1978 Hunter Green Pontiac Grand Prix and cranked up the engine. With the double switch found on the console in this model, he rolled down the electric windows and let the heat of an oven loose into the world. "Shit, it's hotter in here than two goats in a pepper patch," he said to himself. He wasted no time getting out of there, allowing the wind to cool his vehicle. Along the way home, he stopped at the Dixie Pack-a-Sack along Highway 90 and bought a Budweiser. Several men he recognized from the port were off to the side of the road. They concealed beers inside of brown paper bags. They carried on in a conversation teetered in gossip, taking the occasional sip, breaking the open container law that the local cops largely ignored. Seagulls flew above them in packs, like beggars waiting for handouts. William liked that his Grand Prix could catch Major Will when he punched the gas pedal. He did just that, and the tires squelched off the gummy-crusted parking lot. As he moved along the highway near the beach, he saw, in his rearview mirror, a 10-foot skid mark on the white pavement. "See how you like that, boys?" He passed the University of Southern Mississippi's Gulf Coast campus and its Friendship Oak, the famous live oak tree that stood proud and old and wise, the tree's girth unmistakable, branches drooping to the ground and then rising up, many held in place by cables. He took a ride on to Cleveland Avenue and past Fabian's gift shop, thinking nothing of the old landmark. His thoughts were centered on his long gone, so it seemed, dead brother. Jimmy was out there somewhere, alive maybe. Things like this don't happen to people like me. We buried Jimmy, for Christ's sake. He tried to picture what his brother would look like now. The only thing that came to mind was the mullet haircut Jimmy proudly wore in his senior portrait. William never forgot what his mother had told him. "Jimmy was innocent the whole time, baby. He was set up, William." But the judge exonerated him. They admitted that they had made a mistake. Judge Henry brought me into his chambers and said he was sorry. That's all he could do. Looked me right in the eye and said, "Mrs. Dempsey, I wish things could have been different." All I could do was cry. So many tears, so many years, William thought. Sometimes he'd find his mother alone, her tender southern eyes crying her heart out. He was always there for their mother. Eventually, they'd gotten over Jimmy's death together. And now this. Josie Dempsey couldn't keep the truth from William any longer. She had decided to wait until his 18th birthday to tell him that Jimmy was alive. He was an adult, and he deserved to know the truth. Talk about having to grow up quick, she told herself. She had no idea how he would take the news. She'd break it to him after the banana pudding. Over in the kitchen, on the stove, the gumbo simmered. William came into the house covered in grime. Josie Dempsey said, "Golly, baby, you smell like a tackle box." William dragged his feet. "Old Joe loaded us up today." "Kick your shoes off, honey. It's your birthday, remember?" William took a seat and began unlacing his boots. "My Lord, you must be whipped, baby." William went into the kitchen and headed for the big pot on the stove. "I'm starving." "Now you go on out of here and get a shower." On his way out, William peeked in the fridge. He said, "What you got in there?" "What I told you. Now get." Gosh, he'd grown up so much, Josie Dempsey mused. She hoped that he was man enough to handle the news. Josie set the table and put the finishing touches on the feast. When she saw William emerge from his shower, freshly dressed, she said, "Now, come and get it. I hope you like it." "Thanks, Mama. This is my favorite." William enjoyed dinner immensely. After he scarfed down his second helping of the banana pudding, his mother said to him, "You know I love you, baby." She walked over to a cabinet in the kitchen and removed a gift wrap package, which turned out to be a Coleman lantern. "I hope you like it. I thought you might be able to use it." "It's perfect, Mama. Danny and I were talking about floundering the other day." The sugar rush from the pudding kicked in. They laughed and talked about old times. Suddenly, everything fell silent. Josie caught her breath. "Everything all right, Mama?" William could see that his mother had tensed up. "I'm fine, baby. Listen, hon, I need to talk to you about something." William shot her a glance. "Well, Ma, I have some news myself." You can imagine the looks on their faces when they told each other their tales. Later that night, Danny Meese had been dozing off and on, watching Highlander when the phone rang. It was William Dempsey, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. "Danny, you're not going to believe this. Are you sitting down?" "Yep, just here with my dog Zebo. Mama knows about Jimmy." "What?" The spit cup between Danny's legs almost fell to the ground as he sat up in his chair. "You're joking, right? I thought we..." It's okay, William said. "She's known for a while. There's something else. The guy Jimmy was working with, his partner, I think his name was Rutger or something, they fucking killed him." "Whoa," Danny threw back. "Slow down." With his tongue, the longshoreman rolled away the tobacco between his cheek and gums, opened his mouth and let the wad fall into the spit cup. "What the hell's going on?" He spat out the last remaining loose grains. "Well, all I know is that Mama gets this call from this Dutch girl, Jimmy's old girlfriend, tells Mama right on the phone that he's alive. Can you believe it? Can you fucking believe that? She starts telling her how they faked Jimmy's death and all, how they started their lives over in Holland." "Damn," said Danny. "Well," William said, going on, "this Hannah chick tells Mama she's worried that something bad might have happened to Jimmy." "It could be, William. It's well past the time he said he'd call." "I know. That's what scares us too." "Well, let's not give up on him just yet," Danny said. "I'm not, believe me, I'm not. If I know your brother, he'll surprise us." "Probably so," William said. "Probably so." They were upbeat, optimistic. When the commotion settled down, Danny said, "So I guess your mama's mad at me for talking to you and keeping it from her." "Don't worry, she's not mad at you. She understands. In fact, she wants you to come over in the morning so we can all talk about it. You won't believe it, but I've decided to go to Holland and look for my brother. We got this." "Hell, you say?" Danny was wide awake now. "Yeah, it's crazy, I know." Was he out of his mind, Danny wondered. "For real?" he said. "Yep," William said. "We called Hannah last night, and it's a go." "I don't know, man. It sounds... Just come on over in the morning. You'll see." It was funny, William thought, how life changed in a flash. He was really going to do it. Really going to travel halfway around the world to look for the brother that he had hardly known, one he hadn't seen in a lifetime. His mother wasn't thrilled with the prospect of him journeying abroad, but she knew that she couldn't stop him. "That's right. Monday morning, I'm going to drive over to New Orleans and get my passport, and that'll be that. I'll go down to Hancock Bank and withdraw my entire savings. Then I'll get my ticket, and I'm out of here. And nobody's going to stop me."